You showed favour to your land, O Lord. You restored the fortunes of Jacob. You forgave the iniquity of your people and covered all their sins. I will listen to what God the Lord will say. He promises peace to his people, his saints. But let them not return to folly. Surely his salvation is near those who fear him, that his glory may dwell in our land. Love and faithfulness meet together. Righteousness and peace kiss each other. Faithfulness springs forth from the earth, and righteousness looks down from heaven. The Lord indeed will give what is good, and our land will yield its harvest. Righteousness goes before him and prepares the way for his steps.
There's a peace I've come to know. No, my Candlelight is both calming and peaceful, so let's light our third candle, the candle of peace. God promised his people shalom, a peace that includes wholeness and well-being. Shalom is the ideal for both our individual lives and for God's creation at large. It's a return to God's original creation, before it was marred by humanity's sin. This is the peace of the Advent candle. As winter approaches, with the ever-changing COVID guidelines and the differing information we are receiving, I am beginning to lose the plot. I am not at peace. I can't see clearly anymore. The negative seems to have overtaken the positive, and instead of noticing the special moments, the kind words, the thoughtful acts, I find myself complaining, mainly over details that affect me. I realise that I am ill at ease, and that I have begun not only to lose the wonder of God, but also that inner sense of peace. I know Jesus said, "Peace I leave with you, my peace I give. I do not give to you as the world gives. Do not let your hearts be troubled, and do not be afraid." But how do we rekindle that peace? Simply, we need to seek God. And this is what Advent is all about. Advent encourages us to journey with God to God. In Deuteronomy 4 we read, "There you will seek the Lord your God, and you will find him if you seek him with all your heart and with all your soul." We need to give ourselves the space to seek God with heart and soul, the space to enter into the realisation that the coming of Christ was for each and every one of us. We need space to give ourselves the time to begin resetting our priorities, unlearn old patterns, and turn our faces and our lives towards the light of God, the light of Christ. We need space to begin to understand that we are loved by God. We are children of God. We are children of the promise that God is with us. On a recent visit to Hungary, I stayed in a wonderful Airbnb, and there on the shelf was a heavy bronze statue of Mary sitting peacefully holding Jesus in her lap. It felt as if she was offering Jesus to me. The statue, though, was heavier than expected, and as I lifted it, Jesus fell to the floor. Suddenly I realised Jesus was separate, and that I could hold him, and so I did. It was astonishing how I felt holding baby Jesus. So many memories came flooding back of cradling each of our 4 children, newly born and oh so precious. As I held each one, time seemed to stop. I gently held their small fingers and toes, sensed their vulnerability and my responsibility. There were just the 2 of us, a moment of awe and wonder. I stood. I was at peace. Time had stopped, and then I gently returned Jesus to his mother and took this photo. Thomas Kempis wrote, "First keep peace with yourself, and then you can also bring peace to others." And Francis of Assisi said, "While you are proclaiming peace with your lips, be careful to have it even more fully in your heart." God calls us to work along with the Spirit to restore God's shalom here on earth. Yes, today we have uncertainty. The world is in a state of fear because of uncertainty. We feel helpless and out of control, but we can turn to the one who is fully in control and perfectly able to help in our times of need. Jesus, who not only says, "Peace be with you," but also, "As the Father has sent me, I am sending you." Advent reminds us of our role, our purpose, to actively make peace as we await the fullness of God's shalom through the second advent of Jesus Christ. God does not mean for us to just sit back and indulge in his peace. No, we are called to pray and be people of peace. Can we this Advent take some time to focus silently on the many needs of the world, both near and far, and to be a people of peace? Mary offered me, offered you, offered the world the gift of her Son Jesus, a gift given by God. Can we today accept that offer and offer ourselves back to God?
Dear God, as we journey down this Advent road, grant us the courage to make peace, peace in our hearts, peace in our homes, peace in our communities. Amen.
To